Okay. Well, we're gonna move into our first question. The first question is just simply like, when did you learn about Juneteenth? Was the first time you heard about it? And did you learn about it through school?
Right.
I can't say my parents told me about it. So yeah, I did learn about it through school. And I feel like I took it more seriously like when I got to college.
Mm.
When you go to school, when you go to college, you're usually out of school by like May.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really get to experience that vibe on your campus. Um, but it was my African American studies class that taught me the most about it. And then like once I graduated from college, I started to see people like celebrating. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
okay, it's a vibe. It's a vibe that I should be celebrating.
Right.
And then like you blink and now they're like, great, this is your day off. Like you get a day off. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, that's cute. You know what I mean? But where the rest of the reparations at? You know
On
what I mean?
me,
Like,
on
it ain't
me.
cute, but where the rest at? So yeah, I learned about it through school for sure.
Okay. What about you,
Yeah.
Mia?
For me, honestly, I remember just similar to you hearing about it through my African American studies classes, but it really, honestly, I don't think I was really paying attention. I was so, messed up about what was going on. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's the last time the slaves were free. Jim Crow. You go over
Mm-hmm.
it.
Right.
There was a lot of stuff, but I started seeing it be celebrated as I became an adult. From like it started to be more commercialized.
Mm-hmm.
So big these industries gonna try to commoditize it some way. People
Mm-hmm.
gonna try to buy something off it,
Big facts.
or black people just showing self love. I like stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when I was like, okay, this is like, people starting to bring more attention to it. Um, just very similar to her, man. Just I didn't really, know about it other than like school, but as an adult, it's on TV now. So I'm like, all right, it's a black people's holiday. So
Okay. Okay. What
yeah.
about you, Scholar P?
I'm trying to remember like the first person who told me about it for real, and I can't remember it. But me, I think like you, I started really celebrating it probably when I got to Boston, because like they'd have actual stuff in the park, like they do here
Mm.
in LA, and so I think that's when I started really taking it seriously. But I think in grad school, as I was like getting more in tune with the blackness and the history of my blackness, I was
Mm.
like, oh, this is what's going on. This is actually a vibe, and like fuck the fourth, really. I
Right.
think that's when it
Right.
was like,
I
oh,
feel that.
Independence Day, but that wasn't ours. So now
Mm.
this is us, and now we celebrate it as an adult. Because I also think that like you should be celebrating it like as you're a kid, but like it was a turn up for me now as I'm
Mm.
an adult, and it's like we should really be going hard for this. So
I
Right.
feel that. I feel that. For me, again, just like y'all, I learned about it in my ethnic studies course. I think I was a
mm,
junior in college, might have been a senior. So I was 20 something, and I
Yeah.
hadn't taken it. That's when I learned about it. I was like, oh, this is cool, but I hadn't heard anybody like organize around it. There was no
Right.
like celebrations or anything like that. The first time I really took it serious was 2018. Like I tried to kind of organize my own thing. It's just me and a few friends. It was just like, yeah, fuck the fourth. We gonna do this Juneteenth shit. And we just kind of did something at my house, like just ate food and chilled. Was at the pool. But yeah, like kind of being out here in LA, I see that there's a whole event at Lamert. But I want to ask you, Meek, like, was it always at Lamert? Was this a thing when you were growing up, or had you
mm.
just never heard of it?
Crazy enough, Lemert has it's just always done this thing on Sundays or on Saturdays. It's pretty much the weekend. So like before, the gates went up and all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
Lemert Park it was like Juneteenth every fucking Saturday and Sunday. So when it did become a thing or while it was happening, like I didn't see it as like a Juneteenth type of celebration. I was just like, we always do this
Like a
shit.
regular
You know what I mean? Like
Sunday,
this shit
yeah.
regular. So like I'm sorry.
You would.
So now it's like they are a little more, I guess you can say it's a little different now. Like
Mhm.
cuz like I said the gates are up, so the park where they sit around the fountain and they bang on drums and they do their thing, like that's not that no more. Like now we have to move to the streets and we got to go into the storefronts and stuff like that. So
Mm.
like as the years have gone by, like they've taken so much away from the experience that was Juneteenth.